Making headlines tonight. The most welcome news for parents in Phnom Penh. After 6 months at home, their high school kids can get back to school next Wednesday. Messi overtakes Pelé to become South America's greatest goal scorer of all time. And 2 Cambodian films shine at the Venice Film Festival, with one of them set to represent the kingdom at next year's Academy Awards. This is the Daily Roundup on the EAC News channel. A very good evening to you. I'm Andrew Barnes-Roberts. After over 6 months of closure, schools in the capital are set to reopen next week. The Phnom Penh Capital Administration has decided to allow the reopening of secondary levels starting on Wednesday, 15 September. But it is stressing that all schools slated for reopening must first undergo inspections. EAC News reporter Reo Soko has our top story.
Harrods International Academy in BKK was inspected by the Ministry of Education on Friday morning. It was the first on the list, already approved to reopen next week after submitting the required documents 2 days ago. But the school administration has decided to reopen the week after. School Director Felipa Bason says they are looking at Monday, the 20th of September. And while they are excited at the prospect of reopening, their priority is the safety of their children. She says the past almost 7 months have been a challenge for their teachers, parents, and children, but a challenge that encouraged everyone to adapt.
Very. But it's also been a wonderful journey too. We have strengthened our homeschool partnerships. We've built trust with our parents, teachers, and staff have vastly increased their professional and personal capacities and skills. This week we have had all of the ministry visits for reopening, but we are also preparing for our Council of International Schools, CIS, visits and inspections as well to become a member school for them. So we have external accreditation for our quality of our school to an international standard. So it has been a very challenging time. But the best thing about this last 7 months is how our children have learned. They have become more confident, self-reliant, and they are more in charge of their own learning journeys.
EAC News also spoke to some high school students in the capital who say they're excited to get back to class.
I am so happy to hear about the reopening because it was hard for me to stay focused studying at home for a long period of time.
I'm also very happy after learning we are going back to school. I'm so excited and hope to see my classmates soon.
The date agreed by the Ministry of Education and Phnom Penh Capital Administration, Wednesday, 15 September, is just a starting point when both public and private secondary schools can reopen. EAC News did contact the ministry, but it says it has no further comment to make for now.
The school administrator says they've been surprised how fast things run. Although they have been preparing their staff, proper hygiene, and safety measures against COVID-19 for months, they can now finally see the light, with schools starting to reopen next week. Rhea Soko, EAC News, Phnom Penh.
In just 48 hours, Cambodia has registered 408 more cases of the Delta variant. They take to 3,731 the number of Delta patients who have or are being treated across the country. Most of them are in Phnom Penh, which, with 143 new cases, now has a total of 1,256. Banteay Menchés have increased to 827, Oda Menchés to 287. Siem Reap has now reported a total of 231 Delta cases, with Kandal reporting 159 and Stung Treng home to 138. Croce remains the only town or province in the kingdom where the Delta variant has not been detected. On Friday lunchtime, the Ministry of Health also reported the country's new COVID-19 case numbers. They make for grim reading. 660 new daily cases have been recorded. That's the highest daily number since the 1st of August. There have been 12 deaths, but 417 recoveries. But for 2 weeks now, active cases have been steadily climbing. Currently, healthcare workers across the kingdom are treating a total of 3,246 patients. Cambodia's total number of COVID cases has now reached 98,184. The death toll is at 2,019. The number of successful treatments has climbed to 92,900.